during this pandemic.
Don't worry.
Being, this isolation, staying indoors and stuff.
Okay.
Know what I did?
Sorry, can you stop talking again? We're live on YouTube, but we got to set up the microphones.
Okay, I'm gonna mute everybody for now. I'm gonna mute.
Yep.
Okay.
You are muted.
What? Allow her to unmute.
Yes or no?
No, leave it at that for now. Then I'll unmute them all.
But see, that one's unmuted.
You are unmuted.
Dwayne, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, they're setting up the video, so I'm putting everybody on mute for now. Okay, I'll be right back.
All right.
Can you put on the live, like YouTube video? It's the YouTube, yeah. Log into YouTube just to make sure what's showing.
Okay, you can start.
All right, I'm going to unmute everybody now. Okay, I can't unmute Nancy.
Marcus, unmute yourself.
Okay, I'm unmuted. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. Nancy, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so we should be on. So I guess.
You're good to go. Start.
Okay, Teresa.
Thank you. Okay, hello everyone.
This meeting
Welcome
is being
to
recorded.
a special Village Buchanan meeting. Today is June 8th. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And Marcus, I'm going to have you start with the agenda items, please.
Sure. The first item on the agenda is at the last meeting, it was requested from the village board to have a discussion of the summer camp programs and have the recreation superintendent describe the possibility or impossibility of running the summer camp program. So Nancy, with her staff, reviewed it, and she's ready to address it at tonight's meeting, and she's on. So Nancy, why don't you describe what you went through and what your conclusion was?
All right. Can everybody hear me all right?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So my director, Kathleen Lujudas, and I went down and we FaceTime, we text, and we eventually met socially distanced apart and tried to figure out if we could run a camp based on the current CDC guidelines. And I had sent this out to everybody. I'll just read the letter that we had stated. Kathleen Lujudas, camp director, and I wanted to thank you for giving us the opportunity to create a plan to make camp operational this summer with the restrictions in place due to the COVID-19 pandemic. We met for several hours on Wednesday, June 3rd, and many more hours over text to try to come up with a workable plan. It was a daunting task, to say the least, but we really wanted to give it a shot to see if we could make it work. We know how much the kids and parents love our camp. We are told all the time how great our camp is and how much fun their kids are having. Although our intentions were cavalier, we soon came to realize that this was something we could not make happen this year. We started outlining how we could handle all the CDC guidelines that Marcus had sent, as well as some of the protocols that were presented to us from the board. Every time we addressed or solved a problem, it would bring up another one or two problems, what if, to be concerned about. With all that being said, we agree with all of you that it's not just feasible to run this camp and run it safely without running the risk of someone potentially contracting COVID-19. So we really looked at everything, and have children wear a face mask all day long, and the staff, just to have people go in and clean the bathroom every single time one child or person uses it, to not allow them to share toys or anything. The playground, balls, even 6 feet close to each other is not a camp. So we really feel that we can't do it. And we looked at a lot of guidelines and the recommendations, and I just don't see how it could be feasible.
Okay.
So that's what we did.
All right. Thank you, Nancy, for looking into that for us. I know it's a disappointment for everyone this year, but, you know, the safety and health of our residents and our children is, of course, very important to us. So, but thank you and Kathy for taking the time to look at all aspects of that.
Right. We are looking, and we will continue to meet periodically.
Okay.
And go over 2021 preparations.
Good.
And if you don't mind, the same regulations are with the pool, and the staff required to disinfect the pool, social distancing, and everything else on the timeline to get the pool together, as we discussed at the last meeting. Without the summer camp, the pool really can't work. It can't work independently. So, due to the regulations of the pool itself, as we discussed, would not be operational this year either.
Right.
So, any other questions from any of the board members? I know the board wanted to hear Nancy, see if they have any additional questions, but I think we all reached the same conclusion for the safety of our residents, the campers, the children, the staff. It's best for us to revisit this maybe next year and see how everything goes.
This is Rich Bunchen. Nancy, I want to thank you for the work you did. I know that you crossed every T and dotted every I to try to get the camp to be open. So I think your decision is a very good decision, and thank you for all that effort.
You're welcome.
Hi, it's Dwayne Jackson. Nancy, likewise, thank you for your diligence and taken a look at it, and we really wanted to make sure that you were involved in the process from soup to nuts to see if there was any possible way to kind of make this thing happen. And, I'm glad we had that opportunity, and certainly look forward as we go into next year of bringing the camp back. And from what I understand, we'll have the pool in tip-top shape. And,
Yes.
Be able to really open up, roaring and ready to go. But again, thank you both for your participation, and stay safe.
Thank you.
Hi, Nancy. Hello?
Go ahead.
Hello.
Hi, Nancy. This is Cheech. How are you? I'm just going to second what my fellow trustee said, and I can imagine what a hard decision this was for you. It was for us as well. You came to the right decision, and if anybody would have been able to pull this off, it would have been you. I just wanted to thank you for like they said, crossing every T, dotting every I, and we'll look forward to next year, and we'll try to make the summer as best we can. Okay, thank you, Nancy.
Well,
I just want to say Nancy did this very quickly. I know we had a very tight time frame to do it, and I want to thank you, Nancy and her staff to get it together so quickly, reviewing all the regulations from CDC, and making sure that we protect our residents. So, again, on behalf of myself, Nancy, I want to thank you so much for doing this so quickly.
all right.
Okay. If that's anything else, Nancy, I think you got a early evening, so you can go home, relax in the backyard for the rest of the night.
Thank you, everyone.
Good night.
And
The next item on the agenda, we have to do with Lentz Cove for Trustee Zachary's, some of the concerns he had about the fishing, but he's not on. So I think unless anybody knows, I thought he was going to be on tonight, unless anybody knows if he's not going to be joining us tonight.
My guess is he probably thinks it's 7:30.
Oh.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
All right, the next, we can come back to it. The next item on the agenda was, again, Nick Zachary was talking about the possibility of having outside dining. I haven't heard any requests to do that. The village personally does not have any permits for outside dining. In other communities, they do. There are assurance requirements. A site plan has been provided. There's a process we have to go through. So maybe if Nick gets on later on, we can find out if anybody was specifically asking for that, or he was just thinking of opening up the door to allow that to happen. Because as everybody knows, as of tomorrow and by the end of this week, restaurants can start doing outside dining, social distancing, and make sure people can sit outside safely. So if that's something the village board does want to consider, I can get some sample permits and applications together if there's any restaurant interested in doing so.
Well, the only one that was mentioned was Fat Sal's, and they have outside dining.
That's correct, and that was part of the site plan approval. It's
Right.
on their own property, but it still needed a site plan, and they provided one to the planning board, and that's part of the site plan. That's correct.
Right.
Hey, Nick, it's Teresa, 7:15. We went on at 7. Thanks.
I
You know,
just left Nick a message.
Oh, okay. You know, Rich. I think he had also mentioned Nona's and the restaurant here at the Circle with the Spanish food.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they don't really have any room to put any tables anywhere.
No, they don't. No.
Even if it's hard enough just walking in that little area. I mean, where would they put them?
That's correct. They have to allow for pedestrian access to walk by, and then plus now with coronavirus separation, the tables can't be too close together. So of course, if anybody's interested, they have to provide a site plan to the building department. Like in some municipalities, they go to the planning board for a site plan, and some municipalities go right to the building inspector and bypass the planning board. So again, that's a discussion item. If the board wants to consider that in the future, we can talk about different options.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that's all that's all that was on the agenda for open meeting. We got a couple of meeting items for discussion in the executive. So Teresa, I don't want to wait a couple of minutes for see if Nick joins us, or go into the executive, whatever you like.
I'd like to resolve all the other things up front on the agenda. So let's, I'm sorry everyone, but let's just give it a few minutes.
I'm going to send them a text too.
Okay.
Would you guys like me to go out on Tate Avenue and yell like we do in the Bronx?
There you go.
Yes.
Yo, Nick!
There you go. There you go.
Yes, it'll work. Go ahead.
All right, I'm going to go do that. I'll see if he's out there.
God. Madam Mayor.
Yes, sir. Yes, Dwayne.
Did we issue any ice cream truck permits yet?
Well, yes, we did. As a matter of fact, he just went past my house. You didn't hear the music?
No, I didn't get it over here.
My favorite part is, hello.
It's Cindy. Nick will be on in a second.
All right, perfect.
Okay.
Thank you, Cindy. Yeah,
The
I'd like
yo
to get
didn't
the
work.
agenda items done.
The yo didn't work?
Yo, didn't work. Hey, Rich, did you notice that there's more chipmunks around this year than ever before?
I've seen it. I haven't seen chipmunks. I said I have a big fat squirrel on my property.
Oh, no, the chipmunks have been, oh my gosh, I mean, I've never seen so many as I've seen this, this spring. Wow.
Yeah, you're right, Cheech. The little babies are all out over here.
Yeah, they're all over the place. I think I counted 8 different ones.
Yeah, a lot of the little.
I hope you're not making them for dinner, are you?
What?
I hope you're not making them for dinner.
No, they got to get a little big, and I could put them in the gravy.
Ew.
Leave the chipmunk.
Ew.
Nasty. You asked a question, I'm going to give you an answer.
You sound like redneck.
I hope nobody actually believes I do that.
Oh, God.
That'll be all over Facebook.
Yeah, village trustee eats chipmunks.
I have a big fat groundhog.
Oh, that's terrible for gardens. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I have one here, too, in the back. The guy behind me has one.
Oh, boy. Yeah, they're not good. They like to eat all the stuff, the tomatoes. They love tomatoes in the garden.
And they tumble, don't they? They tumble underneath the grain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they could move a heavy piece of block if you put it there.
Wow.
They can go under it. They're very, very resourceful animals. Guess that's why they call groundhogs. I guess they can figure out all that stuff.
I just remembered to tell you guys that the state has extended the time to continue having these kind of meetings because that was approved by the state executive order. That's been extended to July 6th, and any public hearings are extended to July 7th. Unless it's extended, then we have to start having public meetings again. So just want to let you know that the governor's executive order was extended to that date.
So the first July meeting is, so the first July meeting falls after that. So it would be
July 7th.
The 6th. The 6th, I'm sorry. Let's see what happens. Hopefully there's not an uptick in the virus again. Hope for the best. Because I prefer to meet in person anyhow. Not a Zoom fan.
Neither am I.
No, see? Great minds think alike, Rich.
Yeah, we like to see people in person, right?
Yes, I do. I really do.
Yeah.
What happened to Nick? Where did he go? The long way?
He's not on yet.
Oh, Lordy, Nick, you're holding us up here.
He's going to wait till 7:30.
Well, then you know what? What I might do. Those are the two items he was very interested in talking about. Then we're going to have to wait until the workshop.
Good idea.
Okay.
You want to go into executive session?
Yes, sir. I'd like to make a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
Discuss contractual and negotiations.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you for everyone, anybody who's joined on this call so far. Thank you.
Good night, everybody. So, Cindy, tell us when we're off, okay?
Yes, I will. Give me a minute.
Okay, I'm going to mute everybody for now, just to be on the safe side. Otherwise, we'll be mute.
Okay.
You are muted.